All right. We are now going to do the Corinthian Jeopardy. And let's see if I can. There's my mouse.
Let's play Jeopardy.
Yes. Now, this one doesn't come with sound. This is the one that I actually rigged up myself because nobody kept score with points. We just do candy bar levels. And so it's the same kind of concept, okay? The Musketeers are supposedly easy, and then the M&Ms are a little bit harder, and Twix, and then the Snickers are supposed to be the extra hard stuff, supposedly. And no, you do not have to get candy according to the category. Obviously, I don't even know if there's any more. There's Snickers and stuff like that up there. But no, you don't have to get whatever that you choose. You can get whatever you want. And yes, it's one piece of candy per question, Caleb. So, all right. I just thought I'd call you out there. Okay, so let's start off, ladies first. Anna, go ahead and let's open this up. Oh, that's another thing, too, is somehow we've got to figure out how to mark it off the questions.
Put a marker, like, on actual board.
Yeah, we were going to do that. I think we've done that before, just put a marker. So whoever answers the question, if you'd be ever so kind, if you get it right, to go up there and mark it off. Or if you get it wrong, go up there and mark it off. All right. So, go ahead.
Let's do the Twix for the intro to Corinthians.
Twix, intro to Corinthians. All right. 2 reasons why the Isthmian Games were created.
Of the Greek god.
Mm-hmm.
And
which Greek god?
Poseidon.
Yes.
And was it like for government?
Yeah, the restoration of the Republic is you should have that in your notes, I believe. I believe this. Yeah, the return, to celebrate the return of the Republic, and then the honor of the Greek god Poseidon. There. All right.
Should we mark it off?
And then Anna, if you'll mark where that was at. That was
you got the piece of
the
candy,
Twix.
Mark.
Hopefully that marker will work. I don't know. There we go. Good. Hannah.
Let's do Corinthians 2 Twix.
Corinthians 2 Twix. In 1 Corinthians 2:6, what are the 2 camps Paul places the Corinthians in, and what are their perspectives or viewpoints?
Where?
Little teepees we had up there, the 2 camps. So maybe a visual recollection might help.
Yes, it did help. Okay, there's the mature and there's the ones that are of this age.
Right. And then what are the viewpoints that they had? The mature have a...
more heavenly mindset, spiritually focused.
Right.
And then the others were more carnal and just focused on fleshly things.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, the mature eschatological viewpoint and of his age, only about the present. Yeah, good.
Wait. Okay.
What do you got? All right. Noah.
Intro to Corinthians, the first.
The Musketeer. 2 reasons why Corinth was a significant city.
Yeah.
There were at least 5 that I've given, but I'm just asking for 2. Actually, I think you might have even missed that day. Somebody want to help him out?
It was ideal setting for defense, and the geography made it prosperous.
Okay, give me some others, just because
It
it can
was
be any two.
a
So
center for trade and manufacturing. It was home to the Isthmian Games. It was a distinction for religious
pilgrimage, yeah, all these things up here. Ideal for defense. Geography made it prosperous. Center for Trade and Manufacturing, the Isthmian Games, and then religious pilgrims or pilgrimages.
How do you marketing?
Yeah, regardless, mark it, please.
Give him a piece of candy. He got it.
But he missed that. It hit me at that point in time that he missed that introduction lecture. That you had missed the introductory lecture. So, do you want a piece of candy? Okay, all right. Caleb.
Let's go intro to Corinth for Snickers.
For the Snickers.
It's hard to go.
Answer the following about Paul's ministry in Corinth. The missionary journey, the associates, those people who were with him, and then how and where is the Corinthian church formed? This is a Snickers level question.
Wait, how? and where
Okay,
is Corinthian
what
church?
missionary journey was Paul on when he visited Corinth? Who were the associates with him? And then how and where was the Corinthian church formed?
He's on his second missionary journey. He joined Aquila and Priscilla
Uh-huh.
in their occupation of being, I guess, as tent makers then.
Yeah.
What was the other part you wanted to know?
How and where is the Corinthian church formed? And really what I'm looking for there is just the basic idea.
It was weren't it next to the Roman Catholic Church? Or wasn't it?
Okay,
didn't he-
Roman Catholic
or
Church was not
Roman
even
Catholic.
invented at this point in time.
Wasn't it near a church, or it was near somewhere significant, right?
Right.
next door to it or something?
Yes. Now, help fill in the blank of what it was near and
Next door at the house of Pai.
what was when Paul went into a city. What was his custom to go as he preached into a city?
You can help. Yeah.
Jews first.
Yes, he went to the Jews first, and the Jews had church
Synagogue.
in a synagogue.
That's what I meant.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. He went to the synagogue first, and then he preached Jesus, and then, of course, what happened when he preached Jesus?
They kicked him out.
Yeah, they
and
kicked-
Then he got a praise
And then,
music.
right
Yeah.
across the street,
I knew it
yes,
was something different.
he then. So basically, yes, second missionary journey, Aquila and Priscilla. He preached to the Jews first, got kicked out of the synagogue, starts the Corinthian church next door in Titus Justus's house. And please, yes, I want the name of that house, that person. Turn this volume down. Seems like my big mouth is making it turn red there. Okay. Did everybody get a chance to take a picture of this? Okay. All right. And are you going to mark it through, please, sir?
Sure.
That was aggravating me. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody put an X on it. It's just sitting like.
Okay.
I'll go 1 Corinthians, M&M's.
M&M's. In 1 Corinthians 1:17, Paul tells us that if we preach in a philosophical style or wisdom of words, what will this do to the message of the cross of Christ? Do, 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 do,
Is it enriched?
what now?
Enriched?
No. If, in other words, if I preach in the style of the Greeks, if I come with eloquent words, which is what Paul said he wasn't going to do, but when the Greeks try to do this, what does it do to the message of the
I'm
cross?
in the wrong.
It takes away like the effect.
Yes, yeah, that's a good way to put it. It takes away the effect of the cross. Makes the cross of no effect. It deprives it of its power. There was a fancy term we used called eviscerate. If you want to put that and make me really happy, put eviscerate. It disembowels
It would be distracting.
the message of the cross. Takes away, makes the cross no effect.
Wait, hold on.
Can we go back
Okay.
to the question so I can picture that?
If we used this straight, would that give us bonus points?
I might think about it. I might think about doing that if you need it.
Man, are those caramel M&M's good? Have you ever had them?
Oh, I love caramel.
Oh, really? I've only had
Yes.
the peanut butter. I like the peanut butter pretty good.
Yeah. Well, the peanut butter is pretty good, but yeah, the caramel. I love the caramel M&Ms.
I don't like M&M's. I just like peanut butter, or not the peanut ones.
You just like the peanut ones?
But
Oh,
I don't like the peanut
that's my wife. She just likes the peanut ones.
Just the old plain yellow ones.
Yes.
They've evolved now.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they have some. They have like an almond. They have
Yeah,
a toffee. They have
everything.
a coffee and all kinds of other stuff that they
Never
have.
tried them. Bryson loves the peanut butter ones.
Those-
I love caramel anything. So just buckets of caramel. Just.
Did you ever have back in the day when McDonald's had that Rolo McFlurry? You ever have one of them? With Rolo, that caramel?
As a general principle,
Yeah.
I don't eat from McDonald's.
No, I was just asking. They had that milkshake there. It was really good.
I like Rolos,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They made a milkshake.
but I don't. As a general rule of thumb, I value my life more than that. Anyway,
That was good.
all right, where are we at, Hannah?
Let's do the intro to Corinth M&M.
Intro to Corinth M&M's and Isthmus. Is it? What is it? Yeah.
A land bridge?
Yes, it is a land bridge.
That was in John this morning.
All right, there we are. There.
Did you just know that off the top of your head, Hannah?
It happened. It's this kind of an old geography term,
Wow. That's good.
It's kind of one of those high school things.
Some of us actually
Just
don't
quit.
mention
Sorry, I'll stop. Go ahead, Noah.
Corinthians, the Three Musketeers.
Well, I'm sorry, what did you say now?
Corinthians #1.
Oh, okay. The Three Musketeers. All right, what were the 4 divisions in the Corinthian church, and what made each division attractive?
He asked for the Three Musketeers one.
Did you? I'm sorry.
He can,
Can we answer this one though, since we're here? I mean, I'm not asking you to answer it, but if you want to answer it,
I'll take this one.
you can. But I do apologize for that.
That's okay.
Like I said, I would rather have Milky Way. Caramel, and Musketeers don't have caramel in it, so. This is the whole I am of that division.
Apollos, I am Paul.
Yeah, that division. Somebody want to? You got it? Okay. Somebody want to help him out? Well, first of all, let's define the 4 divisions. I am of Paul, Apollos, Jesus.
Peter.
Yeah, Peter or Cephas is what Paul says.
Christ.
Yeah, Christ, Peter, then Christ. All right. So, what makes them attractive? Why? Give me one example of why there would be some that would want to follow Paul.
Because of his approach and teachings that appealed to strongly to Gentile slaves. Chloe's household may well have been slaves who belonged to the Pauline party. Perhaps they complained.
Where are you getting this from?
Where do you think on my phone? Google.
First Corinthians, the gospel.
So first of all, thank you. I don't want something from Google or your old Sunday school class. I want you to regurgitate what I gave you.
Hey, I got the answer.
Yes, he's the first one to share the gospel with them. Again, and how does he share the gospel with them? What does he do? He founds the Corinthian church. So that would be another reason why they would want to be loyal to him. How about let's see, Apollos? What did Apollos do?
He was really intellectual.
He
Okay,
was a learned
He
man.
was a Jew. No,
we got a Jew, we got a learned man, we got an intellectual.
He had a thorough knowledge.
He also helped do what for the church, at least from what we're told.
But he was a great help to those who by grace had believed.
Okay, something like that, even though Google may be partially right there. He helped disciple. Yeah, somebody said discipleship, didn't you? Yeah, he helped disciple them. All right, how about Peter? Why say I'm of Peter?
He was a prosperous apostle. Is what it said.
Will you stop looking up on Google?
Okay.
Google's starting to irritate me.
I'm sorry.
Why Peter? Think about Peter. Where was Peter at?
Upper room.
The upper room on the day of Pentecost.
Are you candy for that?
He's I don't think anybody's getting candy on this one. Yeah. Here we go. All right. Paul, the founder of the church, first to give them the gospel. Apollos helped in the discipleship. Peter, undisputed apostle, one of the 120 at Pentecost. Jesus, of course, when they say I am of Jesus here, they're not really, they're trying to be super spiritual, and really what they're saying is I'm really not willing to follow any person. So that's what we're looking for with that answer. Everyone got it? Okay. You gonna mark that off? Wasn't that you, or was that you? I do apologize about the whole musketeer thing, though.
Okay.
That was here, wasn't it? Yeah. Caleb.
Thank you. Intro to Corinth from Milky Way. No, wait. Let me do an easy one so I can get candy. Corinthians 2, 3 Musketeers. Or one. Do one. Yeah, there you go.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'm sure now. Yeah, do that.
you would say women are disciples.
Yeah, exactly. How does Paul learn? How does Paul learn about the division of the church?
Oh, letters.
From
I'm sure someone didn't text him and say, "Hey, you got problems at this church."
How did Paul learn about
From who? From what family?
division in the church? It came from Chloe's house.
Thank you.
Yes, candy time. Finally.
You just kind of encourage him a little bit along the way, and
Hold on, I need to take a picture of that.
you need to take a picture of the house of Chloe. You can't just write that down. The house of Chloe. It's like, what is that? The house of Chloe. 4 words there.
you would mark these off.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, see where your cursor is? Oh, wait, no.
You didn't mark yours off.
I did the wrong one.
Don't go by what my cursor is on. I can move anywhere I want to.
My fault.
Let's go to 2 Corinthians. We'll just do the Musketeers.
Corinthians chapter 2. Is that what you said? Yeah. Okay. The musketeer. Okay. From John's gospel, what did Jesus say the 3 initial or main purposes of the ministry of the Holy Spirit was?
I promise I'll have this for the President's Day. Yes, this is great.
You want to take a gander from off the top of your head. When the Holy Spirit comes, when the Comforter comes, he will do this, and he will do this, and he will do this. From John's Gospel. That was from Luke and Acts. Luke and Acts are concerned about the power. John is. Does anybody have it?
What is the three?
Like, teach, convict, and guide.
Thank you, Noah. Go up and get you a piece of candy, son.
Holy Spirit.
He will teach. He will convict. He will guide.
He was sitting back waiting. Anna, please get it wrong. I got this one.
Yes, from John. And the reason why we're pulling this from John's Gospel is because, of course, this ties into what Paul is saying in Corinthians chapter 2.
We wrote this down in our notes, though, right?
Huh? Do I know?
We wrote this down in our notes. though,
You
right?
should have, yes.
The Holy Spirit, 101.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit 101. There's the answer.
Teach and guide.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with the Musketeers. They're really easy.
Yeah, after a while, I do try to get them to where the easier ones are, they're in the right categories.
Yeah.
When I started doing this, though, they should be
This
everywhere. They could
morning
be
in John, I
anywhere.
picked all the first row. Everybody else picked the fifth row. He'd click on the first row. It'd be the hardest question. The fifth row, the Snickers would be the easiest. I'm like, this is about right.
Yeah. Thank you. Hannah, I believe you're next.
I'll do the Corinthians 3 Musketeers.
I just knocked it out already.
She wants. Did you say Musketeers? Okay, yeah.
Oh man.
The problem in the Corinthian church has been church plus division equals.
Chaos.
This one.
In other words, I guess, what were they not accomplishing because they were divided?
Oh, distraction. Would that be?
What, well,
They weren't.
what were they not doing? Yeah, they were not preaching the gospel, which is what, yeah. No servants to the message of the cross, or you could put it, no, that's how I had it worded on the slide, but no, they weren't preaching the gospel. You could put that as well. And I think Anna had already marked that one off. So, okay. Noah, go ahead.
Corinthians 4, 3 Musketeers.
Sorry, you didn't get that. One who owns nothing but manages their master's wealth is what?
Huh?
Like, I don't own it, right?
Okay.
You own it, but I'm just managing it. That makes me a what? What does that make me? If I'm just taking care of your stuff, I should be a good what?
I was going to say keeper, but
I mean, a keeper could be a synonym for it, but it starts with an S.
Can I help him and he get candy?
Anna's over there about to come out of her chair wanting to answer it. Yeah, a steward.
Oh, I was wrong too.
Let's see, aren't you glad you
It
didn't
was an
say
escort.
it?
I was gonna say slave, but
No, it's a steward. A steward is one who manages someone else's stuff.
didn't a slave manage too?
No,
go back so I can get
yes. One who owns nothing but manages their master's wealth.
Oh, I got a slave.
And that is a steward. And that was there. All right, Caleb, all the musketeers are gone now. You could try your luck with the M&Ms, I guess.
peanut M&M's for, or not peanut, but caramel M&M's for 2 or 4, because that's probably more refreshing. Might like do 4.
Is that your final
Yeah,
answer?
that is. Sorry.
In 1 Corinthians 4, 8 through 9, Paul contrasts the Corinthians to true apostles by saying this.
Can you define that a little bit more?
He's comparing, contrasting is showing how different they are. So he's contrasting to the way the Corinthians were behaving in their immaturity and how true apostles were. And he says a few sarcastic zingers in there, if I could put it that way.
Well, I know I got it.
I think Anna's sitting on go again. I think she knows
Corinthian
it.
issues. Wait, Paul contrasts the Corinthians to true apostles. Can you explain it one more time?
In other words, Paul will say, you all are blank, 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 but we are blank, 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 blank. That's the best I could do without giving you the answer.
But you already said the one for mature and
No. But we're not talking about maturity here. Paul throws out some words to what sounds like almost like sarcasm.
Yeah, no, you can give it to one though.
Yeah, Corinthians are exalted, they're the wisdom of the age, things like that. While the true apostles are like, they walk in humility.
Yes. Very good. They have all they want. They're rich. While true apostles, yes, are made a spectacle. And that what you said was fine as well. So yeah. Oh yeah. Where were you at? This one I think is what he marked out. Yeah.
Go over the Twix for that one.
Twix. Paul writes to the Corinthians not to shame them, but admonishes them like this. It's the very last thing we said. We didn't really spend a whole lot of time on it, but it's the very last thing. He doesn't want to shame them, but he's admonishing means to correct. I'm trying to correct you as this.
A spiritual father.
Yes, very good. A spiritual father.
How do you think?
That was a Twix. Hannah?
Let's do the Twix. Well, actually, the M&Ms for 1 Corinthians 3.
3?
Yes.
Okay. Spiritual infants in the Corinthian church were not ready for 3 things.
Well, they weren't ready for meat.
Okay.
The deeper teaching.
Okay.
They weren't ready to be a teacher. Which they should have been at that point to be a leader.
Yeah, something like that. Let's see. Servants, probably, yeah. They weren't ready for solid food, deeper spiritual conversations. They weren't ready for spiritual witness, like you said, teaching and spiritual things. And then to be servants of Christ. I think this is where we're going with all S's here. Solid food, spiritual witness, servants of Christ. So that'll work. And you said that was the M&Ms. I do have it on the marker this time. Okay, Noah.
2 Corinthians for the M&M.
For the now, y'all remember these is all 1 Corinthians. I know you said 2 Corinthians. This is chapter 2. All right. In 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 4, Paul declares he didn't come with the wisdom of words, but in what?
Christ.
Let Noah answer it first.
like spirit?
Yes, in the demonstration of the power, demonstration of the Spirit and of power. So yes, he came in the Spirit. He came in the demonstrations of the Spirit and power. You were. Where did you go? Were you right here? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's what.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to click on it again, but yes, this is, yeah, that's it.
Oh, you can't be on this one.
Yeah, you said Spirit. He came in the power of the Spirit. Okay, Caleb.
Do 1 Corinthians for Snickers.
Identify and describe some of the Greek terms from chapter 1. Well, you ought to know a couple of them up there, or one of them up there, at least, because we had the same thing in the Gospel of John, although I spelled it differently for some reason. Scandalon, Simeon, Moria, Schismata, Aries. Okay, you should know what Simeon is. We had that one from the Gospel of John this morning.
Okay, hold on.
Don't look Google up.
I'm not looking
Hang
Google.
that. I know if we want.
Oh, what
What?
are you looking up?
Huh? Signs of miracles. I looked it up
Yes.
this morning when I took pictures.
Yes.
Hold on. Are they all in one section of this?
Probably not. Moria.
Don't tell me. I'll get it. I want candy. Hold on. I'm flipping through. Yeah, you can tell me. Wait, is one of them blameless?
No.
Well, hold on.
If the Jews thought the message of the cross was, or they were looking for a Simeon, they were looking for a sign. The Gentiles thought that the message of the cross was Moria, which is where we get our term moron from. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're the message of the cross was,
Moria is folly or foolishness.
yes, it's folly or foolishness. How about scandalon?
A sticky trap. A stick trap.
Okay, a sticky trap or stick trap, or the term that Paul uses
A
is,
snare.
keep on reading. Keep on reading.
Stumbling block.
Yeah, stumbling block is the term there, yes. How about schismata? I'm trying to even remember. Do you all have Aredes in your notes? Because I'm trying to I'm thinking I don't remember giving you Aredes. I know schismata.
Areas,
Right.
something like that.
Yeah, I don't see that one.
Okay, let's go through them. All right. Scandalon is a stumbling block or an entrapment. Simeon is a sign. Moria is foolishness. Schismata is divisions. Aredes, and if I didn't give it, I'm giving it now. It's quarrels or passionate yelling. I might have had it in some earlier versions of
wrangling
Like
or
preaching.
strife.
Yeah, wrangling, strife.
Which is the same thing as ERIS.
Yeah, it's probably a variation in the from the dictionary form. That's probably what it is. But yeah, quarrels, passionate yelling, wrangling, strife. Yeah. Schismata is a cloth term to tear, which is where you get this concept of division from. Okay, which one was that?
Snickers for first.
Yeah, okay. Are you going to mark it?
Mm-hmm.
Lisa. And then Anna, while he's up there, tell him which one he can mark off.
2 Corinthians 3 for 20.
Corinthians
Come on,
3
guys. Pick the hard ones. Challenge yourself.
for Twix.
Huh?
How do we appreciate diversity in unity? And again, think Corinthians 3, think what Paul says.
Because I know, like Paul says, like one waters and one plants, but it takes God to grow it.
Exactly, that's it. Understanding that some plant, some water, but God gives the increase. That's it. Very good. Hannah.
Let me do 1 Corinthians 6, verse chapter 1. Sorry.
All right, that's fine. What is the message of the cross to we who are being saved?
Life?
It is life. It's not exactly what Paul says, but it is life.
Oh, where'd it go?
It says the same thing in Romans. I'm not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the something unto salvation.
No.
Yeah, he says just about the same thing in Romans. In Romans chapter 1, I'm not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the something unto salvation.
Power.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna make sure if I've got it right here myself. Yeah, the power of God.
Okay.
Yeah. To we who are being saved, it is the power of God. In other words, we don't save ourselves. That was the Twix for Corinthians 1. Noah, sir, while she's up there.
Intro to Trent for Milky Way.
All right, Milky Way. List some of the features of Hellenism. I think, again, you might have missed this lecture. This is the introduction stuff.
I can help you.
Hellenism was the Greek culture. You might have to. I don't know that he's got it on there or not. The features of Hellenism. We gave about, I don't know, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Is it polytheistic?
Yeah.
Yes, it's polytheistic,
Human sin?
right? Centered, human-centered,
The body,
right?
tolerance, and moral option?
Yeah, no moral absolutes. Yes, that's it. Yeah, polytheistic, human-centered, athletics and games, beauty of the body. And again, guys, I'll probably ask you maybe to give me just 2 or 3 from this list or so. I don't know. Just depends on what mood I'm in. Beauty of the body, no moral absolutes, tolerance. Those are the features of Hellenism, which is the Greek culture in which Paul's day that he faced during his day. All right, Caleb.
Corinthians 4, Milky Way. No,
Corinthians.
2. Do 2. Well, I don't know. Like, what's it? Yeah, do 2. No, you know what? Go meet in the middle. Just do 3. Just do 3. Just do 3. Click on 3.
In 1 Corinthians 3:10, Paul says, be careful how you build. He has 3 things in mind. Explain.
Corinthians 2. That's in 3. Is that under the 6 portraits of a minister?
Yeah, it would be in that same.
He has 3 things in mind.
You need to toss out a lifeline.
Yes, please.
Does anyone know?
I'm trying to-
Like that's what it's talking about, like the building inspection of like.
Right. Yes.
It'll be tested.
Wait, I got it. Okay. It says the master builder. Is it under that?
Yeah, it's underneath the master builder. I gave 3
A
things.
field, a building.
keep on reading.
Excellent foundation, expert builder.
Right, yeah, that's the
Church is
three
built
things
upon
there.
Wisdom of God, not man.
In other words, the church has got to be built upon an excellent foundation, which is Jesus Christ. It's got to have expert builders, which are people who build upon the wisdom of God, and then expert materials, those using those materials that will last, like gold, silver, precious stones.
What one, Anna?
Yours was 3. Okay. Yeah.
Let's go Corinthians. Anyway, fourth one. Sorry.
List the 6 portraits of a minister. And if it helps, they were all in S's.
Is that the one where it's like a steward?
Yes. Yeah.
They were all bold.
I don't think that's the first one, but yes, that's Stewart is one of them.
Servants, those.
Okay, servant.
Okay.
Is one like a sower? Or is that part of it?
Yeah, I think, yeah, it was a sower of the gospel seed. So yeah, it's a sower. Then I gave you the crazy Greek term.
Yeah,
No, it's Sophus. Yeah.
Or
Sophus Architecton, yeah. Which is a wise builder.
So is that one 3 or is that's still on?
that's 3.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, this is, we've got 3 now, I think.
And then steward,
A steward,
a spectacle,
a spectacle,
and then a spiritual.
right, a spiritual father. Let's make sure we got them.
She should get 6 pieces of candy for that.
I did not see these.
All right, a servant, a sower, and I didn't change this from last time I gave this test. You can put a builder if you want to, or the skilled builder if you want to keep it with the S theme. A skilled builder, that's the one we translated into the Greek right there. The Sophus Architecton. A steward, a spectacle, a spiritual father, yeah. I think he'd already, yeah, he marked it.
Just kidding. Okay, well, I'll
Yeah.
mark it off.
I forgot it. Hannah, which
The Snickers for chapter 4.
chapter 4? Paul identifies 3 types of judgment in 1 Corinthians 4, 3 through 5. Identify and describe. And I mean briefly describe, so not really.
The 3 types are of people,
Right?
self-judgment, and judgment of God. Of people, I have he does not fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Self-judgment, he feels he's doing the right thing.
Right.
And judgment of God is the only true judgment.
Is the only one that matters. Yeah. You got it. From people, yeah. Which Paul doesn't fear. Self-judgment, he feels he's doing the right thing. Judgment from God is God's the only one worth listening to. He's the only one who judges our lives, right? Okay, back to you, Noah. We got 3 left, I think.
Philippians 2 for Milky Way.
All right. 1 Corinthians 2:2 says that I determined not to know anything among you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. What is he looking for in the Corinthians? And remember, it kind of hangs in the understanding of that word crucified.
Is that the Corinthian principles you're looking for?
What's the what now?
Are you looking for the Corinthian principle?
Mm-mm. This hangs on the understanding of that term crucified that we explained was in the perfect tense, which means
That's totally
do I? Yeah, that's yeah. Yo, you throwing out a lifeline? Okay, go ahead.
It's crucified means the Esther, how do you read it?
Ramanan.
Ramanan, ongoing effects, justification, redemption, sanctification.
Right. So what is he looking for when he says, "I want to know nothing among you but Jesus Christ and Him crucified"? I want to know. You just said it.
Justification.
Right. I want to know I want to know what you're doing with the message of the cross. I want to know whether or not the Corinthians were continuing in the effects of the cross, such as justification, redemption, sanctification. He doesn't want to just know if they know about what happened in the cross and what happened in the crucifixion. How is it applying in their lives right now?
Can you get back some?
I can.
Did I get on?
Yeah. That's Milky Way, and while you're up there, Caleb.
Oh, I'm gonna regret this. Snickers for 2. Can I just go back and start the Three Musketeers again?
No. I think you always get the Greek terms. Identify and describe some of the Greek words from chapter 2, like huperoxen, lagu, and estaramenon.
Halaxen ragu is the excellence of speech, and crucified is.
Yeah, see what you were worried about for. All right. Yes, excellency of speech, crucified. And by the way, guys, when I ask for estaramenon, I'm not just asking for just the term crucified there. I want you also your understanding of the term crucified, which is that is in the perfect tense. The event of the cross happened in the past, but it has ongoing effects and applications in our lives. And then lastly, which one was that? You marked it already. The chapter 3?
Yeah.
Is that the one that's the last?
Yeah.
The last from chapter 3 are these terms: doulos, diakonos, sarkonos, nepios, synergo. Let's start with the first one, doulos. Anybody?
Slave?
Yes, a slave. Diakonos. Right, but now in the context of no, you're fine. It does translate into deacon in some of the context, but in this particular context, a deacon should be a
Bishop?
no. A deacon should never be a bishop. They should never graduate to being a bishop. Just toss that out. Oh, what now?
Servant?
Yes, a servant. Sarkonos. Yeah, fleshly or worldly. Nepios.
A baby?
Yes, a babe or immature. This is what Paul was calling the Corinthians, right? And then synergoi. What now?
Fellow workers?
Yes, fellow workers or fellow laborers, co-workers, laborers together. Very good. Yes, slave, servant, fleshly, infants, babes. And then he says, let's all get together and work and get this thing, work it out. All right, guys, that is it. That's what you see is what you'll get. Did we miss anything? I don't see that we missed anything. Any questions or comments on any of it, about any of it?
As long as you know this, we're good.
As long as you know this, you're good. I'm not going to throw out any surprises. I don't have a tendency to do that.
How did you do when she was this?
I think I was at least 2.
Hannah was freaking out.
Yeah.
She was worried.